How you do? My name is Alan Cook, and I am going to explain the painting that's in front of us. It's a painting in which I ended up with. It is to where I've examined it, and it was through a blessing of God that I come across certain signs that kept leading me into examining this. I'm going to have to make this short, so I'm just going to let you know there is a book out, and it's called Passion of Love, and you can get it through PayPal. And let's go on here. It says has trillions worth billions. Everybody has its thoughts on a lot of things, but there truly is. This man's amazing. So this handsome gentleman and this beautiful woman is actually the mature Mona Lisa later in life. This painting's 55 solid years of his entire career of Leonardo da Vinci. The finger is the most cause of the reason why it's been passed, because when an artist can't do good hands, you walk by it. Within that little hand is a little hole. You will find his symbol later on that I'll show you. There is Leonardo written back across here. There's Melzi written in here, Melzi Francisca. It so happens to have the exact same duplication of copying that the Mona has, and his other paintings in general. I have signatures of them. I have reasons and answers of why the Mona has no eyebrows, why she smiles. It's in the book. The Mona fits exactly in here. She fits exactly on top of my lady. And there actually is the signature in the sand. It actually says, looks like an E and a J. It actually stands for Leonardo and Melzi. The E is actually an M. Turned sideways. They had to hide their love. Whoops. Now, this is a Rubik's Cube. I call him the Rubik's Cube man. It actually goes above her head where you cannot see, and it has multi squares, and within all these squares there's face and things like that are bodies. This is not an accident with a brush. The same so happens to be in the Mona. He exists right there. There's plenty. Now this painting has on the front, along with the back and the sides and the nails and the wood and everything, every single little little smaller than a grain of sand, he's done artwork to this. Here is the symbol with a face that's inside her hand. It's a little mouth and eye. It's actually the same one which is in the Mona. I can show that to you. This is the X-ray, which so happens to be the same X-ray. Excuse me. This so happens to be the same X-ray that's in the pulled from the Mona. It is the same face here, and there's writing here with an arrow. As it's writing, it's going to be a little more reduced on the next one. It actually spells out the man who he lived with until 1518, was Salih. There it is. It's spelt out, and it shows this little face. It shows better when it's on a different higher end resolution with a bigger PPI screen. Now, each time you play with these and you pull colors out, which is called layers and shadows and distances and builds and chemistry, you'll end up seeing his images. This is only just the tip of the iceberg what I'm showing you. So we're going to pass on to here. Now this actually spells out Melzi loves Leonardo. Okay, and I'll show you because it actually spells it out, and I fixed it for you to see. Melzi. and it spells Love with the S. And then in here you have a real hard time examining it on a good screen, but it actually, if you know his codes, it actually spells out Leonardo. Let me go back to a few. Now, this is the Mona, and here is her symbol that I showed. The exact same symbol is right here as in the one in which I showed you that was in her finger. Right here. Now, if you go back one more step, which I'm giving you an added bonus, this is Salvador Mundi. His finger. It was just sold last year, $500 million. You overlay my man and woman in here, and the stars line up 100% of him serenading the Mona, which I call Medion. And that's about it. Now I'm gonna let you know again. It's $67, and you can go to PayPal, or you can go to email, and you can put in your request, and I'll get you a more automated way of shipping it. It's called midionpassion@gmail.com. Again, here is the book. Excuse me for the lighting. I'm going to do my best. If you are somebody of real concern and importance, please indicate it. Other than that, any comments will be ignored. I am doing my best to show the evidence that's here, and I have 1,000 more books I can put out and 250 movies on this. I'm telling you, what he has done is he's put his diary in his paintings. This has his whole life, 55 solid years plus. Again, I want to say, God bless, enjoy. You will see 30 photos with paragraphs of explanation, and I hope that you're overwhelmed. I've got 5 years at least minimum in study into this. God bless. Merry Christmas 2018.